So I am about to get on my next flight. I'm on a little bit of a layover right now. I'm heading to a private client day in Utah, but I'm coming at you real quick because how many times have you found yourself traveling for business, or you are maybe going on vacation, whatever it is, and you found yourself navigating airports, right? And it seems like there's constant landmines. Like if you look behind me here, there's just nonstop fast food joints. And a lot of the times I hear, it's like, man, you know, I've been traveling and stuff like that. It's so hard to stay on point when I'm traveling, right? Especially when you're going in and out of airports. And I get it. I remember even a buddy of mine, a really close buddy of mine for a long time, you know, he travels for business. He's been traveling all throughout the year. And he told me, man, I put on so much weight this year because of how many airports I ended up in. And he's like, there was just so many, like, it's just nothing but fast food joints. And he just put on so much extra weight. And I get it, because it can seem like you're trapped in that instant, because it's like, well, all you got to do is, you know, you think to yourself, man, I just got to rely on willpower, and you just try to grab anything that's convenient. Well, here's the thing. If that's you, I want to get you out of that right now. All these fast food joints right here, all it comes down to is making smart strategic choices. I want you to think of it this way. Number one, at any fast food restaurant, like literally if there's no even kind of healthier fast food restaurant like a Chipotle or a Qdoba, right behind me, there's literally a Panda Express, a Wendy's, People's Organic, I don't know what that is, and then a Chick-fil-A, right? Every single one of those places, you can find something that maybe wouldn't be the healthiest thing in the world, but it would still keep you on path towards your goals. So what you want to look at is, number one, is your protein. What is your protein options? Like everything in there, unless it's literally just Dunkin' Donuts or Krispy Kreme, there's going to be some kind of protein option. So protein option is number one. Number two, usually on the side of it, they're going to have some, like even on the Chick-fil-A menu, every single menu I walk down here, they all have calorie amounts. And most times in this day and age, due to regulations and stuff like that, they're most likely going to have the calorie amount. If they don't, it's totally cool. But if they do, like if it's like 1,500 calories, and you've already eaten something earlier in the day, or this is your second time in the airport, then like double check and go, maybe I don't need to have that because that's gonna be the bulk of my meal, and then I'm gonna eat beaten later. So number one, protein. Number two, look at the calorie check if you can. Number three, see if you can get in some veggies or greens on the side. Now I know that doesn't sound the sexiest thing, and a lot of these places you might be like, what kind of veggies do they have? Well, they all have salads, right? Which I know isn't the sexiest, but if you find yourself like, okay, how can I get some greens in? If you can get a salad with some like good lean protein on it, lean protein, chicken, fish, whatever it is, or even let's say all they had was a Panda Express. I could go to that Panda Express right now. Of course, a lot of MSG in the food, whatever, doesn't matter. The reality is if I just want to, I need to fuel up and I need something to stay on point that's not going to keep me off track, you can literally build a bowl there, right? Hold off on like all the additives and just load it up with protein. They have like extra veggies, even if they are fried or whatever. But in that moment, you could have something that is at least good, and the protein's gonna satiate you. You're not gonna overfill on calories, and it's gonna kind of hold you over to the next flight. So protein, number one. Calorie check if you got it. Greens if you can. Number four on that is going to be, see if you can do whatever you can to hydrate as best as possible. Hydrate, like literally, because sometimes we confuse hunger with thirst. And if you're finding yourself in multiple airports, sometimes if you've been having nothing but coffee on the flight or anything like that, just find yourself getting enough hydration in. And going back to the final one on this is hold off on the pure junkie greatness sides for right now, right? Like I'm talking about the fries, the onion rings, all the fillers. Like just either give it to someone you're with, and if you can't, or just say, hey, I don't want them. Like if I went to Chick-fil-A right here, I'd be like, hey, can you get me some grilled nuggets, and I don't want any fries, and whatever drink you want, right? And then maybe like a small side salad, something. That right there will be able to keep you on point. I want you to think of it this way. When you're navigating places like an airport, a gas station, traveling, or whatever, think of it like when you're packing your suitcase, right, for a trip. 9 times out of 10, you probably don't just like throw shit in there. I mean, maybe, but most of the time you got to pack, especially if you're going for a business trip, you want to pack all the right stuff, things that you got to prepare for, clothes that you're going to be prepared for, whether it's casual, whether it's dress. same thing. Think of it like your mental suitcase. Being intentional, whether you're in an airport, you're in a gas station, wherever you are, look for the protein option, look to see the calorie check if you can, look to see if any greens option, hydrate as much as possible, and don't like leave the pure junky sides for another time. And then also one little side tip is see if you can snack in between him. Like I loaded up my briefcase, like dual briefcase backpack here. Like again, protein bar with low sugar, good like meat sticks, almonds, right? So now I'm not starving walking through here and just being ravenous, wanting to eat anything that comes my way. So I'm gonna eat, but it holds you over and it controls the calorie load. So I hope this helps. Navigate it. You're in control. Remember, you don't have to, your default doesn't have to be willpower or struggle. You just have to be intentional and pack that mental suitcase when you're in airports. Look for those options and hope that helps. Give it a try. Let me know how it goes. Later.